Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for September 13th to the 20th, 2024. Interesting times. Let's get into the reading. I invite you to close your eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths with me. Coming home to that beautiful body. Feeling gratitude and appreciation with each breath. What a gift to be alive. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth and grounding us here and now in this present moment. This tree root providing us with a grounding as well as a conduit through which anything that no longer serves us can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for our new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania, and I'm here with all of your children, now and in the future, to do this reading of the week for September 13th to the 20th, 2024. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and the collective, highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all of those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. At this time, I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of love, light, healing, transformation, peace, insight, freedom. Whatever it is that is uppermost for us, may it be held here in a beautiful way, and may we all be gathered across time and space into this bubble of light and goodness. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, Creator, what is it that we need to know for this week? For ourselves, so that we can best navigate this time. We can add to light, we can add to the goodness, we can add our energy to creating something more beautiful and inspiring as agents of goodness and change and love and light. What would be most helpful for us to know, Creator, so we can navigate these times with ease and grace? Again, being that beacon of love and light that is supportive not only of our highest good, but the good of everyone whose life we touch. Because, well, we're not here alone. We're all here together, and we all have a role to play. Starting with the Hierophant, the Pope. So, Major Arcana, the inner teacher, is the symbolism of this card. We all have a connection to the broader, wiser part of us, the inner teacher. At any time, night or day, there is a broader, wiser part of us that we are always connected to. We simply need to ask. That is what we often forget to do as humans, thinking we have to push through in our own way. So this card is sitting in the recent past. It's reminding us of those times in our lives when we have leaned into spirit, when we have leaned into wisdom, when we have leaned into our connection to source energy, and how much it's benefited us. Now, this can be a practice that is cultivated deliberately through meditation, through yoga, through qigong, through tai chi, through mindfulness, in whatever form and fashion that is. We all have access to the inner teachers, the higher, broader, wiser part of us, the guides, the God self. We all have access to this. We just often forget. So we're asked to lean into that, to remember that we have this connection, that it is important and relevant to where we are now, so that we can keep moving things, go forward in good ways, and keep calling on this aspect of ourselves to occupy more of the energy and field of the life that we are here embodied on earth. Because when we do, things just go better. I don't know if you've ever done that experiment of giving yourself the gift of connection to Source on a regular basis and just seeing how life flows differently. I know I've done it and I do it, and it makes a huge difference for me. Things just flow, insights drop in, people cross my path, and it just flows with greater ease. If you've had that same experience, maybe give a comment in the bottom below. It is so helpful for us to remember that we have these resources to draw on. But like I said, we're very human too, and we do tend to bumble along because, well, it's part of what we're here to do too, is have experiences. The major arcana in the present as well, we have the Emperor, key 4 of the major arcana. And the Emperor is about having clear vision, seeing well and truly, and looking out into our domain and seeing what are the resources, the people, the connections that need to happen for everyone's good. Because the Emperor is always working for everyone's good, including his own. The win-win-win. How do we pull together to make things work better for all of us? It's very important to remember this. And it's difficult because we feel like we're separate from each other. And if I give you what I have, I won't have any left. Those fears are very human, and they come up again and again. And I'm not saying that you give to the point where you can't take care of yourself, because that's counterproductive. But remembering that when we flow our source energy with generosity, with ease, with trust, it always comes back to us multiplied and magnified. This card is encouraging us to look into our world and see, where can I make a difference? Where can I make a contribution? How can I be the Emperor in my life, in my field of influence, and bring good, bring support, bring clarity, bring insight, bring connection. The Emperor sits at the base of the mountain. He's very grounded and very stable. It's a very masculine kind of quality to this card. That sort of stable, grounded, centered energy, which is that masculine polarity, which then can hold the generative feminine. And we need to cultivate that right now, because the generative feminine is on the rise on the planet. And we all have both. We need to be the stable space holder and the generative creator. So, in our present environment this week, this energy of finding ways to support ourselves in having that stability, in having that depth of presence, and having that creating structures that support us in our creative generative aspect, as well as I said, looking truly and clearly out into the world and discerning what's true and what isn't, because there's a lot of shenanigans going on right now. There's a lot of stuff. So disappointing that I'm recording this on Wednesday the 11th after the debate in the US last night, and I felt so disappointed because it feels like we're stuck. Our leaders certainly are. Not all of us. There's so many people holding phenomenal space on the planet, and I suspect these two individuals are doing maybe their best. I don't know. Hard to say. But I have a longing for leadership that really is visionary and grounded at the same time, that really embodies that masculine and feminine, and yet is coming from a deeply guided and spiritual place. That understanding that we are so much more than just three-dimensional puppets, meat suits. There's so much more to it than this three-dimensional existence, and that we all have a contribution to make, and to make it to the best of our ability. And as I said, perhaps they are doing their best, and there's a lot I don't understand at that level of the world. I understand that being a world leader is a big, big thing. But I'd just like to see more, I guess. Enough about politics. Onwards. 10 of Wands, oppression, the near future, what we're moving towards, or what is coming up in the near time of this week, because that's what we've intended. With this energy of oppression, 10 of Wands, and we have this individual who's really straining to carry this basket of heavy things. And what's interesting about the oppression card is it's a reminder to pay attention to what is in our field that isn't even ours. What are we carrying that isn't ours? Because if we're carrying somebody else's energy or everybody else's beliefs and stories and expectations and all that kind of stuff, we're too encumbered to live our own. And it's important for us to live our own now. It's important for us to each be the unique voice we came to be, to express the talents we came to express. I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but this is what we're here to do. And if we're puppets for other people, or if we're martyrs or people who just aren't picking up the ball in our own lives, we're going to feel this burden. We're going to feel unhappy. We're going to feel miserable. We're going to have our creative energy stifled and limited by that otherness energy that's in our field. That's what's up now to be released. We have a lot to do, and by bringing spirit into it, we facilitate the flow of it. We have more ease, we have more grace, connections are made, as I said before. It just flows. Life flows differently. And we gain the insights that we need. We see clearly so that we can cut through the extra burden and the extra baggage and release it so we can move powerfully forward into the world. So, expect a bit of heaviness, and it doesn't have to stop you. When we become aware of the heaviness, we can take a breath around it. Our awareness allows us to have a different experience of that experience. Not very articulate, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? It allows us to come into the moment, to recognize what is happening, to have a loftier perspective, to bring more of this, of spirit, of the inner, wiser, broader self into the moment with us so that we can see things from a new perspective and have greater insight and ability in navigating what's in front of us. The foundation card, why we're having the reading this week. We have the Princess of Wands, new beginnings on the level of creativity, inspiration, and passion. So this is why we're having this reading. We are accessing more of this. We need more of this generative, excited, inspired energy, personally and collectively. This is the time of the feminine rising. The feminine is very, very generative. The feminine is that creative, dynamic element, the energy of love that comes into manifestation. That is the quality of the divine feminine. And so as this energy is rising, we need tools and skills and connection to the best aspects of ourselves so that we can ground it. We need a container, a solid, masculine, grounded perspective that helps us to stay objective and clean and clear and see truly so that we are not burdened by the story of others, the story of our culture, the story of where we've come from, the stories that we've carried that maybe aren't true anymore. Maybe we once did suffer from something, but we don't anymore. Or we're choosing a different perspective so that we can be resilient and resourceful and responsive and generative. Both masculine and feminine within us, honored, in balance, and serving in the best way possible. So that as we navigate density, we're humans, we're in the dense thing here. Humanity, Earth is a very dense kind of place. It's getting lighter, but there's still things to clean up. We can remember this axis. We can remember this masculine and feminine balance within us and leverage it to clean this up and to do it well and with love and with kindness and respect to ourselves and those around us. We don't have to carry those external burdens anymore. We can be the difference we want to see in the world by living into our possibility space. So that seems fairly clear this week. It's interesting astrologically as well. I'm not an astrologer, as you know, but I follow a few people. Pam Gregory is one of my favorites. And it's just an interesting time where Pluto is back in Capricorn, which is a little denser and a little heavier and a bit more top-down kind of quality of energy, which may explain what this is. So we're navigating with the old. It's still trying to hold on, but the new is being born, and it needs space. It needs us in our best place to bring it through, to be it, to live into it, and to call it forth from each other, especially our leaders. Okay, let's call on our card to grow on. What is it? Creator. That would be most helpful for us to know this week. to encapsulate the energy of this reading for our highest and greatest good, so we can just meditate. If we're going to meditate on one thing, that we could just pull one thing through to carry with us in our hearts and minds, so we can use the information from this reading in good ways for our good and the good of everyone whose life we touch in this beautiful planet we love and call home. While we're in bodies, might as well do it well, hey? Okay. And temperance, so another major arcana. So a lot of major arcana is for, 5 cards. We have balance. Temperance is the balance card. The angel is pouring the water of life into the human, and the human is going, whoa, that's good. That's enough. I can manage that for now. I'll deal with this for now. So this card is calling us back into our own awareness of ourself, our human limitations, being patient and kind with ourselves, but also being realistic about just how much and how far we can go and what we can accomplish. It's not that it's not a wonderful thing to have lofty goals and to hold that beautiful energy of a bigger vision. But Rome wasn't built in a day. And our creations aren't going to happen in one day. Like anything worth having, it comes over time. It's that nurturing, that showing up every day, bringing energy every day without burning out, without emptying ourselves, without draining ourselves so that we need time to recover again. It's doing it in right balance. And that's what this card is all about. This is a time of right balance. Balance of the masculine and the feminine within us, leveraging the good of both. It's a time of connecting to our source energy, to the broader, wiser part of us, and cultivating our fields as humans so we can hold more of that love and light energy at all times as we move through life, bringing our practice into the world directly and concretely so that we affect everyone that we meet. We are a channel for the good. We are a channel for light and love that way. And so as we navigate the density and the heaviness and the challenges that we face personally and as the collective human family, we stay resilient and responsive. We take care of ourselves. We do things in a measured, loving, kind way to ourselves, to those around us, and to this beautiful planet. So there's a lot of good wisdom here in this card of temperance, of balance, of integrity, of alignment, of masculine and feminine in harmony, and right relationship to self and right relationship to the outer world. So it's a good one to carry with us this week as we continue this incredible unfolding that humanity is in the midst of, that you and I, we chose to be here. We chose to come and take on these magnificent human forms and have this incredible experience of being in a body and sampling this life and coming back home to who we really are and holding more of that energy in our field so that we are divinity expressed through the human. That's our work. That's what we're here to do. And yes, it's challenging, but it's so worth it. So worth it. So, card to grow on. Nice, pretty, shiny temperance card. Matches our roses. Very aesthetic. I didn't pick them ahead of time. They come on their own. Despite how much I like things to look pretty together. I hope this reading has been helpful. Creator. Nice deep breath, everybody. Let's get back into that connection to our grounding, into our generative self, into these beautiful, magnificent human bodies. Boy, are we fortunate to be able to have an earthly experience. It's not just anybody who gets to be here, you know. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania. And I'm with all of your children, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to do this good work. And I thank you for this opportunity for us to gather, wherever we are on the planet, gathering around this energy of a weekly reading, or whatever other gatherings we are allowing ourselves to be part of. And I just ask that we be guided to the highest and best within and without, to bring our best to life in a balanced and grounded and aligned manner, so that we can help, that we can be clear agents of love and light on the planet, holding more of it in our field than ever before, and sharing it widely in appropriate and uplifting ways. I want to thank all those who help to hold this space every week. I want to thank the four archangels, the Spirit of Heart's Home, and you for being here. I'm grateful for you and for your contribution energetically. Time is not linear, and so your participation every week helps to hold the field of this energy. And, we're getting there. We're getting there. And the more of us that hold this beautiful love and light, the more the collective field is shifting, and even those political leaders are getting pulled along too. So bless them and bless us, and may we keep going in love and light. I will see you next week, and bye for now.